For years, generators like this have been my solution when the power goes out. It keeps my refrigerator running and all my food and perishables and even frozen items cold, and it prevents them from spoiling. But every generator has the same problem. Eventually it runs out of fuel and it can't store power. So when the fuel is out, the generator is done. And that got me wondering, could I keep a large refrigerator like this Sub-Zero running during a power outage almost indefinitely without having to use gasoline? Today we're gonna find out. This is the BLUETTI Elite 300. It's a portable power station and it stores energy. And this is the BLUETTI PV350. It creates energy from the sun. So we're gonna take the power station and the panels, hook it up to my transfer switch, power this fridge, and see, can we run this fridge indefinitely by charging during the day and discharging at night? We're gonna find out. Because if solar can replace as much energy as the refrigerator uses, we never run out of power and the battery lasts forever. Let's test that though and find out. Now let's take a look at what we're working with. This is the Elite 300. It's basically a 2400 watt inverter coupled with a massive 3014 watt hour battery. The thing I like the most about this, aside from its very compact size, is the fact that it's got a TT30 outlet on it, because we're gonna use this TT30 outlet to hook into my transfer switch to power my fridge. Operation is very simple. You press the center button to turn it on. I do also want to point out that we are outside today and it is very bright outside, and the camera may not be picking it up, but I can still see the screen clearly. We will take a look at that inside so you can get a better view. To turn on the DC outlets, you press the DC button. To turn on the AC outlets, you press the AC button. We have two legacy USB-A's, two really cool USB-C's that are 100 watts and 140 watts. We have four traditional 20 amp AC outlets, and we have our standard car type cigarette lighter. We have a DC output, which you can use to hook up to, say, a DC bus bar and power things in your travel trailer. And then what we're going to use today is we have our DC or photovoltaic input, and this can take 12 to 60 volts or 22 amps or 1200 watts. We're going to use 350 watts. I'm also just going to throw a still image up on the screen real quick so you can take a look at the specs on the back of the unit if you want to pause the video to get a little closer look at that. So now let me just move the camera and you can see right behind the unit we have our transfer switch inlet. So I'm going to take an adapter to go from the TT30 plug on the front of the unit, and we're going to plug into this L1430R transfer switch. Also, I want to point this out. We're going to start the test at 30% battery capacity. I don't want this fully charged. I want to start largely depleted, because the test is to see, can the solar run my fridge and or charge the battery? Because the plan is I want to be able to run the fridge 24 hours a day. Now these are the BLUETTI PV350 panels, and what I'm going to do right now is just get them set up, and I've never set this up before, so we're going to figure these out together. I think they're probably pretty easy, just like most solar panels. You just want to unclip everything and then set it up and kind of aim it at the sun. Now it's a somewhat cloudy day today. It's not full sun, so I don't know what we're going to draw in power-wise. Oh, these are really nice, and I think got them upside down. So we're gonna go like this. Okay, so I had to adjust these to kind of aim them at the direction that I believe the sun currently is. And on the back of the panels, let's just come around with the camera, you can see that we can adjust the legs to multiple different angles, and it's actually really easy to do. There's little buttons that you can unclip that strap, and then the strap allows the leg to move forward or back even more. And then on the side of the panel here, we do have a little pouch, and in this pouch is going to be the cable. So we can see that we've got some warranty information and all that. But what we have here, which is really the most important thing, is we have two MC4 connectors. I have a long extension cord. We're just going to use my long extension cord, and then we're going to plug it into the BLUETTI to the front, which uses an XT60 connector. So I have an adapter. Just to kind of give you a wide angle view of the setup, I've got the panels out here on the lawn, and just over here off to the side, I've got the BLUETTI Elite 300. The first thing I want to do is I want to take my adapter cable, which is an XT60, which is going to plug into the power station, to MC4. I'm going to plug that into basically, this is an extension cord essentially for MC4s. Then we're going to plug this into the panels, then we're going to hook it into the unit. And now we're just going to come over here. We've got positive to positive, negative to negative, and we are all hooked up. Now let's go back to the unit, and we're just going to plug it in now to the front, and we should start charging. Again, we are not at the optimal sun angle at all, but let's plug in our XT60. Remember, we're starting at 30% state of charge. Right now we're pulling in 145 watts, so we've still got way more power to pull in. But the sun is obviously not at its full peak intensity. Going up, we're at 169. We've just passed 170. So let's come back in a little bit and try to angle this a little bit more in the shade. We're coming up to about almost 250 watts now in from the panels, and I've adjusted the angle of the panels a little bit here on the lawn. But just full disclosure, we are at a little bit of a cloudy day. It is not full sun, and it is still in the morning, so we have a ways to go. But okay, now I went and I got our adapter cable, and this is the TT30 plug, and this is the L1430R end of it. And so what I'm going to do is just hook this into the transfer switch. Super simple. We're just going to line up the prongs, twist it to lock. Then we're going to come over here, plug it directly into the unit. That is how easy it is to hook this up to the transfer switch. Now what I want to do is we're going to turn on the AC inverter. And we've already gone up a percentage on the battery. Solar is definitely pulling in. We're coming in, a little hard to see, about 240 watts right now. All right, so this is now energized. Let's go downstairs and throw the transfer switch. All right, so we're downstairs, and you know what? I just want to do a quick test to show you that BLUETTI is powering everything. So if we come down here where it says basement, these are going to be the basement lights. So right now we are on line. If I go to off, it should actually kill the lights down here. And let's take a look. And just like that, it did. And now I'm going to push it up to generator, which is the BLUETTI, and we've got power again. So this whole transfer switch is energized right now from that battery. But we're just going to focus on the fridge today, but I think that this has shown you that that unit can actually power all the 120 items on my transfer switch as long as I stay within the 2400 watt inverter limit of the unit. So let's go over here to fridge. We're going to come off of line and we're going to go up to gen. Now we're powering the fridge. And as we come up the stairs, let's just open the fridge and you can see we are fully powered. All right, so we're logging into the app because I think this is a great time right now to show you how much power we are pulling in and how much power we are using. So the unit has just been detected. I love the BLUETTI app. It really has all the functionality you need. All right, if we're looking at this right now, this is a great test. So you can see on the top left-hand corner, so far we're pulling in 226 watts. The battery is at 31%. And in the lower right-hand corner, you can see we're outputting 103 watts. So we are actually gaining power while still powering that fridge. So if I just leave this out here for a while, what's going to happen is the fridge is going to continue to run. When it's cooled off, it's going to turn off, and then all of that photovoltaic power is going to be diverted to the battery. And by the end of the day, this unit is going to be at 100%. My fridge will have continued running as it was necessary. And then during the night, we're going to fail over and just use the battery. Okay, so I want to share my screen again so we can take a look at the app. And right now we're pulling in 246 watts. And as you can see in the lower right-hand corner, the fridge has turned off. It is not cooling right now, so it's basically in a standby cycle. So that 250 watts, which fluctuates based on the sun, is going to continue to charge this battery while we're pulling no AC power right now with the fridge. So I'm going to run out, grab some lunch. Let's come back in and check on this in about an hour. It's really bright out here, but while we're plugged into the transfer switch and powering the transfer switch and the fridge, and while we're charging from solar, I want to demonstrate that I can also plug devices into the AC outlets. I've got this jigsaw right here plugged into the AC outlet. Looks fine, no issues at all. So if I needed to use this battery to, say, do some outside work, maybe I'm working on a cabin and I want to plug in power tools, not an issue. Maybe you want to use the battery and bring it over to your car and clean out your car or do some vacuuming with it. We can do that as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and plug this shop vac in, and let's turn it on. Looks fine. So you can see that this is a really versatile solution that is actually very small and portable. And speaking of small and portable, we're going to bring this inside in just a minute because I want to show you a few more features. And then I want to compare it to a unit that is only a 2,000 watt hour battery, but it's significantly larger. Okay, so it was really hot outside, but I brought the unit inside right now, and let's see where we're at. So we're at 38% state of charge, which is really good considering we started at 30, and I put it outside on the lawn. We hung out on the lawn for a little over an hour, and we were powering, quite frankly, a really heavy-duty Sub-Zero fridge, and we were able to power that fridge and gain 8% battery capacity. We were not even at full direct sun. What I want to show you now is that we can charge this from regular AC current as well. So on the side of the unit, on the right side, and I'm going to throw a still image on the screen, is our AC input. And you can use any standard computer type cable And I just have one laying around from another power station. And I'm going to go ahead and plug it in here. And once we're plugged in, hopefully we'll see that the screen has come online. Now I have this set to silent mode for charging. And what silent means is basically that it charges it at the lowest possible input speed, or the input wattage. And you can charge a lot faster. You can charge up to about 1800 watts, but we're going to charge at roughly 804 watts. And so you can see at this input, at 38%, we're going to be fully recharged in 2.6 hours. Now again, I can go into the app, I can adjust this setting, and we can charge a heck of a lot faster, and we could be charged in maybe roughly an hour. Okay, now while this unit is charging on AC power, I want to do another test, and I want to show you that it can power a really high draw device like a toaster oven, and it has what's called pass-through power. So while the unit is charging, it's taking power and it's passing it through the unit to the device or appliance that you're powering, and then in the event of a power failure, it's going to cut over instantly, and the item that you're powering is going to continue to be powered. So there's not going to be an interruption. So you could use this like a UPS for a computer, for sensitive equipment. A toaster is not sensitive equipment, and it's not something that we need a UPS for, but I think it's a really good test because something like the toaster just takes so much power. So let's go ahead and turn the AC inverter on. I'm now going to take the toaster and plug it in. We can hear that the toaster has come online. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the toaster on a toast cycle, and you can see by the color of the screen and the red on the button that it's toasting. We're now pulling 1,596 watts. Let's go ahead and kill the AC power. In fact, I'll just pull the cord out of the side. Toaster is still running, still providing power. That is what pass-through power means, and that is how this functions as a UPS if per se you were using maybe a piece of medical equipment, a computer, some sensitive electronic, but no interruption at all. Guys, during the Amazon Prime Day sale, you can get this unit, the Elite 300, with a bundle with the PV350 solar panel. And I recommend the bundle personally, because as you saw outside on the lawn, you can take that solar panel and plug it into here, and it essentially acts as an unlimited power supply when the sun is shining. And the really cool thing is that panel was using 350 watts. This unit can pull in up to 1,200 watts. Now, the most I got outside today during my testing was about 300 watts. But again, I was in the backyard with a tree canopy, with clouds in the sky. It was not full, bright sun at noon. So I think that was a really good test. And if you were to pick up 2 of those panels, this can definitely handle that. In fact, you could pick up 3 of those panels if you really wanted to. I also want to point out, and I'm just going to throw a still image on the screen right now, that behind the unit where the cooling fans are, there's actually a removable grate. So you can remove that grate and you can clean the mesh filter out should it get dusty from prolonged use. It's just a nice feature that earlier power stations never had. Now, I did mention when we were outside that this unit is really small and compact. And in fact, I want to show you just how small and compact this is for a 3,000 watt hour battery. Now, this right here is the AC200L. It was actually the very first power station I ever bought, and it's made by BLUETTI. This is a fabulous unit, and I don't want to take anything away from this. It's got 4 AC outlets, it's got a TT30 plug, but this is a 2,048 watt hour battery. This is a 3,014 watt hour battery, and you can see that BLUETTI has just done an amazing job of making the unit lighter and more compact while packing in a significantly higher amount of battery power. And I just fired up this unit because I want to show you that through the years, BLUETTI has made really nice improvements to the screen. The screen here is actually much bigger, much easier to read. It's just really nice layout. Not that this is bad, because it's not, but this is even better. Guys, I really hope that this video was helpful, and I hope that if you take nothing else away from it, I bought this unit and the panels as a bundle because what I wanted to do was to prove to myself that during a prolonged power outage, I can keep my refrigerator cold and keep all my perishable items from spoiling. Because food is expensive, I don't want to have to run a generator 24/7 just for the fridge. If I'm going to fire up the generator, it's going to be to recharge this on maybe a cloudy day, or it's going to be to power something different. But I want to be able to run that fridge. And today's test showed me that while running the fridge hooked up to the transfer switch, I was able to also charge the battery of this unit. I had a net gain of power. And what I'm probably going to do is pick up a second one of those solar panels so that I've got an even larger margin of extra power, because maybe in addition to the fridge, I want to run lights, I want to run a television, the Wi-Fi router, all things that this is capable of. But I want to run it all, and I want to pull in enough power to run them and continue to charge the unit. And today's test worked perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description if you want to learn more about this, or if you want to pick one up. And do me a favor, if you could like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, it will notify you every time I post a video, which is usually every Sunday. And if you want to learn more, in addition, leave a comment, leave a question. I will answer all of your questions and comments, and I appreciate your watching.